Hey everybody, welcome back to day 22 of my mental health journey. For those of you who aren't familiar, basically I share my day-to-day struggles with mental illness, mainly anxiety, as well as what I'm kind of doing to alleviate some of those symptoms, in the hopes of connecting with other folks who might be going through something similar, as well as using this as a platform to allow other folks to speak for whom I can't speak, in the hopes that they can connect with more people in the process. So that being said, today's probably going to be a shorter episode, but I was thinking about it because I had a conversation with a friend, and I'll talk about that later. But essentially, the idea of like smiling through it or faking it till you make it, and my previous thoughts on it versus what I think now. So, I mean, you've heard the phrase "fake it till you make it." You've maybe listened to Tupac and heard "smile through the BS" and all that stuff. And it's something that I've thought about for a while, like, because I'm somebody who doesn't really smile that much. And I'm like, to be completely honest, I have like the male version of resting bitch face. So for me, the whole idea of just smiling, especially like when I'm not happy, seemed extremely foreign to me. And I had a friend who basically, he told me this story pretty recently, and I know that this isn't super PC or whatever, but basically he said he was like looking at this thing online that said if you like get too high from edibles or shrooms, of course nothing that I would know anything about, obviously, basically like you can, even if you're like tripping out, just start laughing and smiling and stuff, and it will literally change like the chemistry of your brain at that point in time, and you'll start really like enjoying yourself. So that was the first thing that kind of made me think about this stuff. And then I listened to the Tupac song, just randomly popped on in the car, and I started to think like, what if I just start doing that? You know, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but until I can like try it and verify how it works for me, like I'm not gonna speak on it. So to test that theory, I basically thought about some stuff that had made me sad in the past that I'm like over with and such, but I just wanted to see like if by kind of smiling and laughing, like, damn, like this is so ridiculous, like to see if that would actually change how I thought about the situation. And lo and behold, last night I did that, and it really worked. Like, I really just actually started like genuinely laughing because it just gave me such a different perspective. Like, how can I be thinking negatively when I'm smiling? Like, this isn't a fake smile, but it's just something habitual that I've never made a habit that I'm going to really try and change. Like, even in my natural disposition, I'm going to really try and work on smiling, or at least having a less like hardened face, because I do have a natural like male resting bitch face. That's just how I am. I definitely inherited it from my mom. Shouts out to my mom. But it's something that I want to work on because I'm a very approachable person too, and I've noticed that, you know, people like get excited when I talk to them first, and I think it's because they assume that I was like a jerk or something, like, or that I wasn't like interested in speaking with them or something, when in reality, like, I love speaking with people. I love meeting new people on a daily basis, hearing their stories, sharing my stories. Like, I love human interaction and everything, but I feel like at times, like, people haven't like understood my intentions or the way that I feel, simply because I'm like stone-faced all the time. And when I have like my internal battles about things, I'm not doing really anything to alleviate those symptoms. Like, I just kind of let them sit, and they give me anxiety and stuff. So I just tried smiling, like thinking about something that was, you know, I was over with and everything, but I was just like, why not try it? Let's see what this is all about, smiling through it, even if it's like seems like fake it till you make it. I'd believe in that because, like, yeah, maybe the smile was a little fake at first, but then it becomes real. Like, you start having these positive thoughts. Even if it was a negative situation, you can laugh about it like I did. And it starts to just make you feel better about yourself. First you can laugh, and then you're in a good mood, and then you start to realize that all these things that you were worrying about, like, they were petty. They didn't really matter to begin with, but at the time they seemed like colossal problems that you would never get over with. But I just highly recommend folks try that. Coming from someone who like rarely smiles, I've really been just working to laugh more, to just be more boisterous and ridiculous and just unapologetically me. And I think when you're smiling, it puts you more in like your element, and it allows you to more easily do those things. You know, I'm not gonna lie and say that I don't like to like drink and stuff like that, and that helps like make me more lively or whatever, but I don't need that stuff. I just need to start smiling more. That's what I've come to realize. Like, once you start smiling and you start feeling grateful, you start to feel more excited. You feel like more in tune with yourself. You're able to look at these things that may have been traumatic from a different lens. And it just really helps you like move forward and enjoy the day. Like, I'm gonna start doing this all the time. Even like when I'm doing these videos and stuff, like I felt like I was a little stone-faced initially, but I'm gonna try and throw in some jokes and like laugh, because life is short, and I feel like everybody has the right to smile and love themselves. And I can say from my experiences, like I spent a lot of time not loving myself, but once you start doing these things, I feel like it's easier to love yourself, because you understand yourself more, and you know what there is to love, and you're able to hold your own self up and be excited about yourself and confident and everything. So even though I don't really like the concept of faking it, the make it part is what I'm going to focus on, just because it really does like kind of change like how it's like the same stuff with like meditation, like breathing. Like when you have like rhythmic breathing, starts to relax you and you start to feel more focused. When you're smiling and you're up and you're happy and stuff, like I feel like it's the same thing. Things just come more easily to you. You're more excited, you're more focused, and that type of energy resonates with other people. And I think that that's important too, that you can inspire other people to be excited like you are, simply because you're quote unquote faking it till you're making it. But anyway, guys, I hope that this resonates with you. This just kind of popped into my head the other day. I know that I usually don't talk about like drugs and alcohol or swear on my podcast, but I'm starting to realize like this is my podcast, and even though I want to not offend people by like swearing, never anything obviously sexist, racist, homophobic or transphobic, anything like that, but just like swearing, like saying the S word, or I haven't said the F word yet, but I swear a lot, and I'm a super dark person, so it may come a time where I say like something regarding death, or I swear or talk about like drugs or something. I just want you guys to know that like I don't condone any of that stuff, but it is what it is. You know, I want to be as transparent with you guys and as much of myself, and I basically haven't sworn at all like in my podcast, and I'd be lying if I said that was a accurate representation of my life. Like I'm a dark, sarcastic, dry-humored son of a bitch, and I hope to translate that a little more without offending people. But I also feel like when I'm just being myself, like these videos are easier and more ideas come to my head because I'm in my element, and that's what it is. So love you guys. I'll post this tonight. I hope this resonates with you. Feel free to check out the link below for my new content, and whether it be my podcast, YouTube, or Spanish. Might start doing some other creative endeavors and throwing in links for that too. So I'll keep you guys posted with that. But until next time, guys, love you, and I hope you have a great day.